If you would have told me 6 months ago that AI would help me lose 17 pounds, I probably would have laughed. Not because I didn't believe in AI, but because I've been lifting weights for over 15 years. I thought I already knew what I was doing. It turns out I didn't need more motivation or more discipline. I needed clarity. See, at the end of last year, I found myself in a strange place. Business felt uncertain. The economy felt uncertain. Even raising my daughters is one of those journeys where progress takes years and not weeks. And whenever enough uncertainty starts piling up, I've noticed something happens. I start questioning myself, not because I've changed, but because life has a way of making you forget who you really are. So whenever that happens, I always go back to one place: fitness, because fitness has never just changed my body. It's always reminded me who I am. And this time, AI became the tool that helped me prove it. So I made a decision. I was going to use fitness to prove something to myself, not just that I could get six-pack abs. I already believed I was capable of that. I wanted proof that I was still the person that I thought I was, the kind of person who could execute. At the time, I weighed 186 pounds. I was around 12.4% body fat. Now, to be clear, I wasn't out of shape. Most people would have looked at me and said, "You're already in great shape." But by my standards, I knew that there was another level. I had never counted macros before. I had never tracked my nutrition with precision. And I knew getting from lean to very lean with well-defined abs was going to require more than just me winging it or the status quo. Now, here's what I think is interesting. I wasn't looking for motivation or someone to hold me accountable, and I wasn't looking for a coach. I was looking for clarity. I wanted to know exactly what to do so that all I had to do was focus on the execution. So instead of spending weeks watching YouTube videos, reading articles, and trying to figure out which expert was right, I opened ChatGPT. And that's when everything changed. So the very first thing I did wasn't to ask AI to create a meal plan for me. It wasn't to create a baseline. I took pictures of my current physical condition because I wanted visual evidence. And I completed an in-body scan at my gym, so I'd have objective data, because we can't improve what we refuse to measure. Then I uploaded everything in the ChatGPT and I gave it one simple prompt: act as an expert fitness coach and nutritionist and analyze this data. And within seconds, it broke everything down: muscle mass, body fat, visceral fat, metabolism, segmental muscle balance, right? All the health markers, most of which I didn't understand, honestly, but that's what impressed me. It didn't just analyze the information. It explained everything to me in English. It taught me what every number actually meant. And suddenly, instead of guessing, I understood exactly where I stood and what result I was looking for. So for me, it removed the guesswork. And once AI understood where I was, I gave it another prompt. I wanted very well-defined abs. That was the physical goal. Not just lose weight, not get healthier, but I wanted to be specific, to have very well-defined abs. Then it built my plan, gave me my daily overall calorie goal, as well as daily grams of protein, carbs, and fats. And it gave me my workout and my workout splits, which is basically a schedule. It gave me my zone 2 cardio work and the recovery plan. I mean, everything. And before AI, this would have taken me weeks. Again, watching YouTube content, reading the blogs, trying to figure out which expert was right. Instead, I had a personalized plan in minutes. And AI didn't give me motivation, it gave me direction. And once the guesswork disappeared, there was nothing else left to negotiate, just the work to be done, just the execution. And that's what brings into play step 3, tracking execution. The next thing I did is what most people don't do. I didn't obsess over losing weight. I obsessed over following the plan. I built a simple spreadsheet, nothing fancy. Every day I tracked my workouts, my macros, how much water I took in, the amount of sleep I got, my weight, and my cardio. Not because I wanted more data, but because I know what gets measured gets managed. Tracking wasn't about being perfect. It was about staying aware. And when I missed my macros, I knew. When I skipped cardio, I knew. When I had an amazing week, I knew that too. Execution became visible, and that's incredibly motivating. And that leads me to step 4, creating a feedback loop where every 3 weeks I repeated this process, new progress pictures, new in-body scan, and back into ChatGPT I went. Then I'd ask, what adjustments would you make based on my progress? Sometimes it recommended changing my calories, sometimes my cardio, sometimes nothing at all. It was like having an experienced coach available 24 hours a day without worrying about asking too many questions or personal frustrations they may be having or a lapse in conversation because they aren't available for whatever reason whenever you call or text them. That's one of my favorite parts. You can ask AI lots of questions or the same question 100 different ways. You can ask it to simplify, explain, give you examples, challenge your thinking until you truly understand. And that's the level of coaching that most people have never had access to. And it made learning nutrition so much faster than trying to piece everything together on my own. And 82 days later, I went from 186 pounds to 169, from 12.4% body fat to 8.6% body fat. But honestly, losing the fat wasn't the biggest win. The biggest win was realizing how much mental energy uncertainty had been stealing from me. And once I knew exactly what to do, there was nothing left to debate, nothing left to overthink, nothing left to research. There was only one question left: would I execute? And every day I did. I collected another piece of evidence that I still kept my word, that I followed through, and that I could trust myself. Because AI didn't transform my body. AI didn't wake me up at 4 a.m. AI didn't cook my meals. It didn't lift a single weight. It didn't do one workout. It didn't burn 1 pound of fat. It simply removed the uncertainty and replaced it with a clear focus, direction, and a plan I could trust. And once the guesswork was gone, there was nothing left to discuss, negotiate, talk about. It was just the work to be done. And my ability to execute did the rest. And as a sidebar, that's why I don't think AI is going to change most people's lives. I think the people who will benefit the most from AI will be the people who are already willing to follow through. But that's an entirely different topic for a separate video, because information has never been the problem. Execution has always been it. AI can tell you exactly how to build a business, how to lose weight, how to learn a new skill, how to become financially smarter, but it still can't do the work for you. That's your job. And maybe that's really the biggest lesson I learned from this entire experience. The real transformation wasn't going from 186 to 169. It was proving to myself that when uncertainty disappears, I was still the kind of man who could take action. Because your life doesn't change when you know more. It changes when you do more. And AI can help you know more faster than ever before, but it's still your responsibility to execute. And if this video helped you, I want you to watch that video, how to wake up at 4 a.m. without hating your life. Because this video showed you how I use AI to build a plan. In that video, I'll show you the 6 systems that help me execute plans consistently. And if you like the content in this video, there's lots more coming. Subscribe to Something Real and to be one of the first 100 subscribers of this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, persist until success happens. Push.